I'm talking this morning with Wallace Green, the CEO and founder of Health and Awareness Kidney Disease Prevention, and Jaynee Sasso, president of Carekeepers Incorporated. Good morning, Jaynee.
Good morning.
Now, you with the Health Caregivers.
Yes, yes.
Okay, and there's a observance coming up in March. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so what do you hope to achieve with the caregiver program?
Well, you know, my passion for caregivers is because of my own personal journey of over 15 plus years of being a caregiver. I actually had to leave college in my early 20s and my sophomore year to come home and take care of my terminally ill grandmother, and that was the beginning of my journey. So I have been a caregiver through various stages of life, whether as a college student or new mom, new wife, you know, all those things, business owner. So I'm very passionate about, you know, working with caregivers, offering them support and bringing them out of obscurity, because nobody really knew what I was dealing with. They didn't understand. And so with this event, I'm glad that, you know, we're coming out of the darkness and into the marvelous light, so to speak, and people are becoming aware of just how important caregivers are.
Okay, and you started a caregiver program.
Yes, Carekeepers is my company. We actually do everything to support caregivers. So whereas home care and home health agencies focus on the needs of the patient, our company actually focuses on the needs of the caregivers, helping them to perform practical tasks that they'll have to deal with on a weekly and daily basis, you know, running those errands, doing that laundry, you know, light housekeeping, preparing meals for them and their families and their loved ones. All those things that I found very difficult to maintain without the help of someone else. And so that's what Carekeepers is all about.
What inspired you to do this?
My personal experience. I had two older women in my life that without them, I probably would not be sitting here talking to you in my right mind anyway. It is well known that most caregivers, after they finished their journey of caring, they're usually, their bodies are broken down, their emotions are broken down, you know, depression and isolation really takes its toll on you, because nobody really understands what you're dealing with and the pressure of taking care of someone that has a chronic sickness or disease. And so because of those two women, I figured, oh, now I have an opportunity to give back to caregivers, and this would be a great way to be able to do that.
Now tell us about the ceremony. When and where?
That's going to be March the 13th. And
now I'm talking. I failed to mention that you're doing a ceremony at Scott Dozier Hall on the campus of Norfolk State.
Norfolk State, right. That's correct.
To honor caregivers.
Yes, and that's in collaboration with Norfolk State University Office of Disability Services and Sickle Cell Association. And we're actually doing that on the 13th of March from 6 until 11, where our goal is to actually educate the caregivers and honor them during this particular ceremony. We'll have speakers, as Jaynee mentioned, herself, to actually where we'll educate them on how to take better care of themselves as well as taking care of others, what they actually do after the caregiving responsibilities is over. And of course, after the lectures and the presenters that we have on board will be, we actually have a relaxing evening of dancing.
Okay, tell me more about the ceremony. It is being held where?
It's going to be at Scott Dozier Hall at the Norfolk State campus.
And the date and time?
The date is actually the 13th of March at 6 o'clock until 11 p.m.
And what about ticket information?
Ticket information, they can actually purchase the ticket by calling 757-376-7645, or they can visit the website of www.healthandawareness.kidneydance.com.
And Jaynee, back to you. What advice can you give to caregivers?
The best gift you can give to your loved one is to take care of yourself. And I think we often lose sight of that as caregivers, because we are so into preserving the quality of life for our loved ones and making sure that they're here with us for the long haul. And unfortunately, our health and physical and emotional health begins to deteriorate because we are so focused on our loved ones. So if you really want to be there for your loved one, taking care of you is the best thing that you can do.
I applaud and appreciate your journey. I think it's commendable, admirable of you, to take care of your grandmother at such an early age, to drop out of college, had to leave college to go to do that. And I've got a mother who's aging. I think about that. And I've got a friend whose fiance is a caregiver. What's a day like for a caregiver? Are caregivers nurses / no? Just
Yes.
what exactly is there? Are you certified? Are there certified caregivers? Or how does that work?
Well, there are what they call professional caregivers. Those
Okay.
are your doctors, your nurses, those that do this for a living. But then there are the family caregivers who, like myself, are not paid. I actually lose money to take care of my loved one because I had to forfeit my college education, which meant I forfeit certain job opportunities. So family caregivers are individuals that are not paid for the care that they provide. And the real thing is that they are there when the nurses and the doctors get to go home.
Okay.
So we are there in the wee hours of the morning, going back and forth to the emergency room, taking them to the doctor's appointments, making sure they eat well, medication management. So yes, we are people that wear many different hats.
Yeah, I imagine you'd have to educate yourself on a lot of
I mean, now, today there's more programming available for educating caregivers, but when I started my journey, there wasn't any. I was probably the only one on my block at that time who was in that role of caregiver, but now there are multiple people, people on your job, in your house of worship, your neighbors, more and more people, because Hampton Roads has a huge, what they call age wave that we are into. It's here. So there is an increased population of aging adults that are going to need additional care. And that's not even to say even people with kidney awareness, with kidney disease, because you don't have to be older to do that, or children that have special needs. I mean, caregivers fulfill multiple roles.
Wallace, you wanted to make a point?
And this is the exact reason why Health and Awareness has actually formed the caregiving event that we did. It was to actually go out and reach to those individuals, the mother, the father, the sister, the brothers, the neighbors. I experienced that at a point to whereas when I was unable to cut my grass, to whereas my neighbor was actually I considered a caregiver, because for that year that I was unable to take care of my lawn and do those little chores that people would take for granted, I called anyone that actually helps someone out a caregiver, and those are the individuals we want to actually honor on March the 13th. We like to have those individuals come out because those are the special ones and that actually does things that people overlook.
I'm talking this morning with Wallace Green, the CEO and founder of Health and Awareness Kidney Disease Prevention. Also, Jaynee Sasso, president of Carekeepers Incorporated. We're talking about the caregiver ceremony that will be held in March at Scott Dozier Hall on the campus of Norfolk State University. Who's invited to attend?
Everyone's invited. This is open to the public, and of course, you don't have to be a caregiver to actually come out, because the need for a caregiver or to actually take care of a loved one is something that we never planned for.
No, it is not.
It happens, instant. Look at our military guys that leave, come back with a need of caregivers. An accident, serious illness, these things actually hit you overnight. And by attending this event, they'll actually have the opportunity to find out where to go, who to reach, what programs are available. So we're actually going to do a lot of what we spoke of earlier, Dale, and that is bringing awareness to individuals. So everyone is welcome to come out, and I think they would actually benefit from it.
So, Jaynee, you mentioned earlier that nowadays the folks can get certification and be certified to be professional caregivers.
Well, if you're looking to get employment, but for the non-paid caregiver, the family caregiver who the event is really focused on, you can actually attend training classes now through different organizations to learn how to provide medication management, to learn how to, you know, ask questions about the healthcare needs of your loved one, how to transfer people from the bed, and all those things that are going to be needed as you continue your journey of care.
Well, that's where I was going with it, because, you know, I don't know how to transfer somebody from a bed to, you know, I'm not so sure what questions to ask. I'm not so sure what question to ask my own doctor when I go. No. So there is training or help is available for.
Oh, yeah, definitely. More so now than ever.
And to prevent the burnout.
Yeah, and prevent stress and burnout. You know, I went through season of stress and burnout. You know, I've taken care of my grandmother, but that was just the beginning. I had special needs niece. I had a younger sister who was dealing with things. I had a father who eventually passed in 2008. I took care of my mother-in-law who had Alzheimer's and all other types of illnesses. And then I took care of my stepfather who passed in 2012, who died from supranuclear palsy. And all of those illnesses and diseases were all different. So two caregivers had the same experience. It's a very unique experience. So there is no cookie cutter sort of advice of how to be a caregiver.
Okay.
You really learn as you go. I had more than enough chances to really learn how to get it right, and I think I finally got it right at the end.
Takes a special person.
On the job training.
Yes.
Well, you are certainly an angel of mercy. And the Bible says, honor your mother and father. Your days may be longer upon the earth, so you'll live to be a long, lengthy life. That's admirable. I salute you. So once again, my guests this morning are Mr. Wallace Green, CEO and founder of Health and Awareness Kidney Disease Prevention. Also, Jaynee Sasso, Angel of Mercy, president of Carekeepers Incorporated. Don't forget about the Carekeepers Awareness celebration. What's that date and time again?
That's March the 13th, 6 o'clock until 11 o'clock. Everyone's welcome. Come on down. As I mentioned earlier, you never know when you'll need a caregiver, but of course, at some point in our life, we all do. You're all invited to come down. And of course, bring your dancing shoes, because health and awareness, we don't walk or run to raise funds. We dance.
And for ticket information, or just to make a contribution, you can.
Make a contribution, that's correct. They can actually visit the website, www.healthawareneskidneydance.com, or call 757-376-7645.
Thank you both for being here this morning. It's been enlightening. Jaynee, I'm just really impressed and touched by your story, your life journey. And thank you, Wallace, for all you do for people here in our community.
Thank you very much for sharing the airwaves with you this morning.
Absolutely. And thank you for listening. This is Hampton Roads Perspective. I'm Dale Murray. Make it a great day.